Hello, Alaxers, and welcome back to the Sunday motivational video you've been waiting for so long. 2020 has been one of the most interesting years, to say the least, that we've experienced in our lifetimes. And since your interest is in making the most out of this period, we're about to break down for you the best performing asset classes and industries of 2020, and what we're betting our own money on to perform well as we go into 2021. 6 months ago, we made a video about stocks we purchased right as the pandemic hit, and those of you who followed along have seen massive returns. If with that video we were looking to capitalize on this unique opportunity and make as much money as quickly as we can, in this video we're taking a more medium-term approach. The worst thing you could do is to sit on the sidelines and expect things to get better for yourself without even playing the game. Welcome to alux.com. The place where future billionaires come to get inspired. If you're not subscribed yet, you're missing out. So, let's take a look at the 15 best investments of 2020 and 2021. Number 1. Real estate. We said it once and we'll keep saying it. Real estate is the best investment, medium and long term. Many of you are probably waiting for property prices to go down, while smart money has already begun acquiring properties. The pandemic has forced some businesses to sell premium properties that they wouldn't have let go otherwise at discounted or fair prices. Here's a golden rule of real estate: the profit is made when you acquire a property. And the pandemic proved to be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to acquire undervalued great properties. 2021 is probably going to be another great year for real estate prices, since interest rates are so damn low and the businesses are still hungry for capital to keep the lights on, which is why they're willing to sell off some of their assets. Be on the lookout. Number 2. Gold and silver. We love every opportunity to hedge against the government. For those of you unfamiliar with the term hedge, it means to make an investment that protects you against a financial loss. Basically, we invest both in the stock market and in alternative assets like gold and Bitcoin. If the stock market does well and governments do their job, our wealth increases. If the government starts printing money like crazy, then the price of Bitcoin and gold goes up. Our wealth increases once again. In the long term, hedging your investments is a great way to secure and grow your wealth. The average return of gold in 2019 was 18%. In 2020, the year-to-date returns of gold are close to 30%. Silver is also at 30%. If you timed your purchase with the March collapse, as many investors did, you would have seen even higher returns. As long as governments keep printing new money, alternative assets will be an incredible investment. With 2021 around the corner, we're more than likely to see another round of financing trying to revitalize the economy, allowing for even more opportunity for growth. Number 3. Electric cars. Electric cars have been the biggest winner of the stock market. Despite the news, despite the industry pushing against it, despite the big oil money, people are betting long-term on electric cars, and the process results in incredible short-term gains. Here are the numbers. Tesla's year-to-date returns are 650%. If at the beginning of 2020 you invested $10,000 in Tesla stock, you would now have over $65,000. Mind blown! Do you want to have your mind blown even more? Okay then. Have you heard of NIO? NIO is basically China's version of Tesla. They're the biggest electric car manufacturer in China and the most likely to win the EV market there. NIO's year-to-date returns are 1,250%. If at the beginning of 2020 you invested $10,000 in NIO stock, you would now have over $125,000. If one was paying attention to what's happening in the electric car vehicle space, you could have become a millionaire in 2020 with a $70,000 to $80,000 investment. And this year isn't even over yet. Number 4. E-commerce and consumer staples. When the pandemic hit, every small business worried about survival. But what did the consumers do? They stocked up on everything they could get their hands on. Anyone remember the 2020 toilet paper wars? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Remember when the government gave everyone free money? Where did that money go? People spent it on Amazon and their large chain grocery stores. Amazon's year-to-date returns are 72%. Target is at 40%. Walmart at 30%. And this has been the case everywhere around the world. Number 5. Bitcoin and crypto. When the pandemic hit and the government started printing money like crazy, our focus turned to crypto. We were not the only ones to understand what's happening, and more of our connections started reaching out because they needed help with getting started. Even unsophisticated investors wanted in on this. We've had our eye on the crypto space since 2015 and have been active investors since 2017. We've used our own experience to teach our inner circle what blockchain is, how Bitcoin works, where and how to purchase your crypto, and more importantly, to store it safely as a long-term investment. As of making this video, we're close to 3xing our investment we made just 7 months ago. During the initial lockdown, we found ourselves having to explain over and over again the entire process to different people, so we decided to do something about it. Everyone should have access to this kind of specialized knowledge, but explained in a simple and easy-to-understand way from someone they can trust. We put everything on hold and began working on a secret project called Bitcoin Essentials. Everything we've been teaching our family and close friends has been structured and put into a premium learning experience for you, the A-Luxers. We believe that the biggest transfer in wealth is happening right now, and those who are willing to take part in this technological change will reap immense benefits from it. Hey, we put our money where our mouth is, after all. We genuinely believe this is the best resource for anyone interested in getting started with Bitcoin and blockchain, because we made sure it is. And the best part is, no technical level required. We'll hold your hand along the way and explain it in our unique way. We made sure that by the end of the course, both you, your children, and your parents will be fluent and ready to confidently invest. By the end of the course, you will understand what blockchain is, what Bitcoin is, and how they work. Understand and use key vocabulary and concepts when discussing blockchain and Bitcoin in business situations. Security, how to purchase and store your Bitcoins safely. We'll walk you through everything step by step. And lastly, how to invest, transfer, or liquidate your Bitcoins if you want to. This is the reason why Goal Mastery is late. This is the course our community needs right now, because we're at a critical moment in time. The train's already left the station. Bitcoin Essentials is available for purchase starting today at alux.com/Bitcoin. The course is more than reasonably priced at $250, but if you use the promo code ALUXER at checkout, you'll get 25% off. Now here's the thing, we believe so much in this product that if you go through the entire course and still think you didn't get your money's worth, we'll issue a full refund, no questions asked. So you have absolutely nothing to lose. The same thing we did with Mind Mastery, we're going to do again. We'll take down the product page while the first batch of students go through it. It could be 3 to 6 months before we reopen it again, and many of you would have missed out on an incredible opportunity. As you check the price of Bitcoin, you understand that this is a time-sensitive opportunity. Go to alux.com/Bitcoin right now and make 2020 the year you've decided to invest in your future. Or you could just sit on the sidelines. We'll see you on the inside, Aluxers. Number 6. Renewable energy. If the electric car is any indication to where money is going, the renewable energy space as a whole will be one of your safest bets. Go Green ETFs have a year-to-date return close to 100%, basically doubling your money. Everything that has to do with solar and wind is booming. You've probably seen campaigns even in your own country where your main energy providers are boasting about how much money they're investing in renewables. This is where the puck is going, and as technology gets better and better, the higher the scalable adoption will be. Number 7. IT and Big Tech. This has been the biggest year in tech. The entire world ran a massive experiment in their ability to work from home. In just a few months, this new company called Zoom crushed Skype, a company that had been the main video conferencing software since we can remember. People purchased products online. Food delivery became the main revenue source for restaurants, and we all consumed more content than ever before. If you timed it right, you could have literally purchased any big tech company stock and you could have seen 30 to 50% returns. Netflix is at 50%, Apple at 60%, Google, Facebook, Microsoft all around 30 to 40%. The biggest one to come out the gate was Nvidia. They're the biggest graphic card manufacturer, and their year-to-date return is at 125%. Number 8. Pharma and healthcare. During a medical pandemic, as you would expect, pharma and everything connected to the field blossomed. Every big company started competing in a race to get the first vaccine, and we already have 3 big winners. Pfizer, Moderna, and AstraZeneca are already on the cusp of mass production with their own version. The biggest winner out of the 3 is Moderna, with a year-to-date return of 450%. Although this is an extraordinary result, there's no way you would have been able to tell that Moderna would be the one to crack it unless you had a magic crystal ball. Number 9. Travel and hotel stocks. If you remember our stock video, you know that this is one of our favorite bets, and it paid off great so far. Basically, the entire hotel industry has been shattered by the coronavirus situation, with stock prices tanking. We picked up all the big chains for cheap. Our bet is that once the vaccine becomes largely available, we'll see a steady increase in tourism as more and more people look forward to a new holiday after all of this quarantine. Hilton Grand Vacations, Marriott, and MGM provided us with over 100% return each since we purchased. We were also betting long-term on airlines, but the growth hasn't been that impressive. Right now, we're waiting on the Airbnb IPO, and we'll probably get some of that as well, since some of our own properties are monetized through them as short-term rentals. We're pretty confident that 6 to 12 months from now, everything travel-related will see a jump as travel picks up. Number 10. Index funds. Index funds have been our go-to recommendation for what we call lazy investors. Do you want your money to grow consistently without touching it? Well, go with an index fund. The S&P 500 is an index fund bringing together the top 500 companies in the U.S. Basically, you invest in all of them at once. It's a great reflection of the U.S. economy as a whole. Here's the thing. For the past 30 years, the S&P has consistently delivered over 10% yearly returns, and this year is no different. The markets crashed in March earlier this year, with the S&P dropping almost 30%. At that point, everyone who was smart started buying. By the end of August, all the loss had been recovered, and now it's going back up. Even if you took the hit and invested in the S&P 500 before COVID, as of making this video, you would still see plus 15% returns. The thing is, not many people know how to leverage these types of events in their favor. We've learned how to monetize financial crises from a book called Unshakable by Tony Robbins. It works great as an extension to Money Master the Game. You can go right now to alux.com/freebook, and if it's your first time signing up, you can get Unshakable as an audiobook for free, thanks to our friends at Audible who are kind enough to support our community. Number 11. Energy and petrol. We talked earlier about where the puck was going to renewables, but this has been an incredible year for where the puck is. Once petrol tanked, we were ready to buy it, and it proved to be a great choice. Marathon, 60%, Laredo, 80%, Murphy, 100%, Matador, 270% returns. Truth be told, we wish we would have done more. At the end of July, we picked up General Electric, and 4 months later, we're up by over 50%. Everything fuel-wise we see as a strong medium-term investment. We're being strategic and regularly selling a percentage of our high-return stocks and shifting that excess capital into index funds for safekeeping. Number 12. Luxury and fashion. Based on the profile of our business, you wouldn't expect us to ignore the luxury industry, would you? Rest assured, we didn't. What we love about the luxury markets is they're not as affected as everyone else. Sure, there was a drop in March and April, and sure, we loaded up on everything we wanted to, and then we waited. As we expected, the markets bounced back. While the likes of Coty and Ralph Lauren provided steady 30% plus returns, Tapestry, the company formerly known as Coach, you know their products, has been the real winner with over 110% returns. Although historically we've seen bigger returns in the tech space, we always recommend diversifying your portfolios into industries you have an interest in. That way, you know about the companies who are struggling and those who are coming up. Number 13. Banks. We dislike banks as much as everyone else, one of the main reasons why we invest in crypto. But in the times of pandemics, banks are usually the first ones saved by the government. So if there's an opportunity to park some cash for short to medium term, we'll take it. We like banks because they also pay dividends regularly, so it's a form of passive income in addition to the growth of the stock price. For example, the biggest investment in our banking sphere is held by Citigroup. The return on our stock investment has been around 40%, but what might be interesting for you to know is they also pay dividends 4 times a year, and the rate is $0.51 per share owned, where the share price is around $60. You buy a couple hundred shares to hold, and the dividends pay for your new iPhone. Number 14. The companies that make the products you use and love. You're here because you're looking for advice on where to invest your money. Our best take on this? Look around you. What are you buying and what products do you love? Then buy stocks in those companies. We get our coffee from Starbucks, so we purchased some stock. We wear Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour, so we bought them. We love Tesla, so we put some money with Elon. All the TVs in our rental apartments are LG's, so we purchased LG stock as well. Love your PlayStation 5? Buy some Sony stock. Every time we spend our own money on a product and end up loving it, we make sure to invest in that company as well. Investing in your favorite companies has become incredibly easy. Now, we're not paid by any of these companies, but you should check out Robinhood, Revolut, eToro, Vanguard, Fidelity, E-Trade, and so on. You can Google and pick any one of them, and they'll get the job done. Just never go full Wall Street bets with your finances, and you should do all right. And if you guys still find it difficult to start, let us know in the comments, and we'll make a step-by-step course into how we do it. Number 15. Our most recent investment, Palantir. We get this kind of question all the time. Hey, what did you guys buy recently? What's the inside scoop? The truth is, there isn't an inside scoop. We're just paying close attention to the market and taking decisive action when we believe something feels right based on all the experience we've learned in the past 15 years. But more than 2 years ago, we made a video about Peter Thiel, which barely got 30,000 views. Peter Thiel co-founded PayPal with Elon Musk and is one of the smartest and diligent businessmen we know. He's one of our personal heroes. After the successful sale of PayPal, Elon Musk started Tesla and SpaceX, while Peter went on to invest in a new company called Facebook, and on the other side, build Palantir, which was operated privately until this year. They went for an IPO in September, and we were excited to be part of the action. The open price was $9.50 a share, and as of today, it's trading north of $30 a share, giving us a 3x return in 1 month, and depending on how things go, we could easily see the price going up to $100 per share in the next 12 months. With Peter Thiel at the helm, we can't wait to see what happens. This is what they mean when they say knowledge and timing are more valuable than money, and why we do these daily videos on a variety of topics, because the more you learn and understand the market, the easier it becomes to be part of it. Sometimes, not paying attention is costing you money. Which brings us to today's question. If you had $100,000 to invest right now, what would you invest in? We're really curious to see how our community would do it, and who knows, you might inspire other Aluxers as well. We can't wait to read the comments on this one. Now, for those of you still watching, of course, you're getting a bonus. Invest in yourself. Yes, we know it sounds cliche. You hear people say all the time, an investment in yourself pays the best dividends. But what does it even mean to invest in yourself? There are 3 big segments you can focus on if you're looking to grow financially. First, invest in your physical and mental health. If you're not healthy, you won't be able to do anything else, and in a year like 2020, those who have previously invested in their health have seen it pay off big time. It is literally the difference between death and staying alive. You're also spending more time inside, so your mental health needs to be on point for you to be able to overcome situations like the one we find ourselves in. This is why we built Mind Mastery in the first place. It addresses this issue specifically. Second, invest in relationships. The people you know make all the difference in moments of crisis. They save you money and time and help you grow when otherwise you would feel stuck. Invest in growing and maintaining your connections. Thirdly, invest in what you know, understand, and are able to do. If it's in your mind, nobody can take it away from you. Whether or not you're going to be successful in life depends on how much you know and are able to deploy. It's that simple. Either you know how to do it and then do it, or you're left on the sidelines. This is why we spend so much time getting our courses right. They leave you with a skill you can monetize for the rest of your life. To invest in yourself means to spend time and, yes, money to make sure you've got a better shot at hitting the window of opportunity when it presents itself. We said it in the past, and it's the truth. Your life is cheap because you think investing in yourself is expensive. A single idea, a single decision can change the rest of your life. The worst thing you can do is to make no decision at all because that's when you lose by default. You're watching this because you're a true A-Luxer, and we're thankful for your continuous support, so maybe this is a great opportunity for us to give something back. We really believe you'll benefit from Bitcoin Essentials, so if you go to alux.com/Bitcoin on the checkout page, use the promo code FIRST. The first 100 will get $100 off as our way of saying thank you for sticking with us for this long. We can't wait to meet you guys in the private mastermind group. In order to confuse everyone else, please write BEST in the comments. Only we'll know the best investment is the one you make in yourself. Thanks for watching, A-Luxers. Remember to subscribe for more great content, and we always appreciate your thumbs up.